fighters, knowing these personalities, how do you think that will manifest itself in tomorrow's main event?
It's going to be interesting. I mean, that's the fun of Fight Week. You come into Fight Week knowing the history between these two on The Ultimate Fighter. Then you see what kind of shape they're in. You see what they weigh in at and what their weight is. You see the games that are going back and forth, mostly from Volkanovski, trying to play, getting his head or whatever he's doing. And we'll find out tomorrow night how it all plays out. I mean, that's the fun of Fight Week.
And talking of, obviously, the people's main event in Nick Diaz and Robbie Lawler, have you been surprised how much Nick said regarding not necessarily wanting to be here, wanting to fight, yet he is here and he's going to fight, but that sort of mentality this week?
Yeah, I mean, that's, I was watching ESPN this morning in the gym, and they did a big piece on the fight, should he be fighting or shouldn't he be fighting? I mean, the mainstream media doesn't know Nick Diaz like we know Nick Diaz. You never know what to expect when you walk into Fight Week with Nick. So I was expecting anything was possible. But I didn't know if he was going to show up to any of this stuff or what he was going to do. But like I always say about the Diaz brothers, they're going to show up on Saturday and they're going to fight.
But Dana, you already said in the past that you shouldn't be fighting if you're not 100% committed. Are you worried a little bit about that?
Well, listen, they came to me in Texas, met with me in my room after the fight, said that he wanted to fight. We put together a fight. We sent him a bout agreement. He went into training camp. He jumped on a plane and flew here. And he's showed up to everything on time, early for things. I mean,
Fair enough, yeah.
That looks like somebody who wants to fight. When you talk to him, he's very Tyson-esque. He reminds me of Tyson. When you talk to Tyson, and when Tyson's not in the right mood, he'll tell you all the things that he hates about fighting. And, when he's in the right mood, he'll tell you all the things that he loves about fighting. He has this love-hate relationship with the fight game like Mike does. They're very similar in the way that they speak, and if you catch them in the right mood.
When do you think we'll be able to see, if Valentina passes Lauren Murphy, we can see her against Amanda Nunes?
I usually you don't do those kind of fights when somebody's already won two of them, but this is a very different situation. And if they both win, and if they both want that fight, I'm open to doing it.
Dana, what is the promotional challenge when you have a star of Valentina's caliber and ability, and then a succession of title defenses where she's a pretty lopsided favorite? What kind of challenges does that present to somebody in your position?
It's what happens when you're that good and you're that great. Remember the Anderson Silva days when he was dominating 185? People were, going, oh my God, who's going to fight next? And, it was almost like getting boring, There's always going to be another contender. There's always going to be somebody who's next. And when you're as badass as Valentina Shevchenko is, it's it's just sort of that comes with the deal.
Not to take the attention away from tomorrow night too much, but obviously as UK fans, we got excited about Leon Edwards and Jorge Masvidal. How did that one come about, and how certain are you that that's definitely going to happen and be signed and sealed?
Well, that came about a couple of years ago backstage. And both guys are at the top of their game, and timing is right, and it's the right time and place to make that fight. So obviously a very crazy, interesting story to go along with it, with two of the best guys in the world in that division.
And would the winner of that potentially get the next title shot? We're still pushing for Leon, obviously.
Listen, Leon's in an incredible position right now. So I'm not going to say yes, that guy's going to, because who the hell knows what's going to happen. The fight business is tough enough without all the other crap that's going on in the world right now. You got visas are very hard to come by, borders getting locked down, people catching COVID still. So we're doing the best we can. We'll see how this thing plays out.
Jones yesterday was being inducted in the Hall of Fame, and then hours later going to jail. What's the situation right now? Do you see?
Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, we'll see how this plays out legally for him and where this ends up going.
Have you had an accident in the last 2 years? And that's whether at work, in a public or private premises.
it's hard to bring this guy to Las Vegas for any reason. The city is not good for John Jones. And here we are again.
What was your reaction when you first got the news that there had been another incident?
It's not even shocking anymore. It's when we bring him here, it's almost expected. You know, you can't even get him in Las Vegas for less than 12 hours to induct him into the Hall of Fame. It's a problem. You know, this guy's got a lot of demons, man. A lot of demons.
I don't know if you were there at the induction ceremony, but he seemed to be such in a great mood, laughing, smiling, signing things with fans. He thanked his family during his speech and stuff. All the family was there, so it was shocking to see that. But it must be disappointing as well for you. Because you've known him
What was
such a long
shocking,
time.
that he was here and in a good mood and having a good time? Or?
No, but the fact that he was such in a good mood and like hours later.
Right. But is it really shocking anymore? I mean, it's really not. It's become not shocking. It's almost become almost like, he's in Vegas again. What's going to happen today? You know, you want to hope. You want to hope that the guy is better and that that won't be the case. But you know, he proves every time he comes to this town that he can't handle this place.
Talking about impressive Dan Hooker and Nasrat making weight after both coming in last minute, those visa issues that you've been talking about. I mean, personally, how, both impressed and happy with them both are you after, what they've gone through and to turn up, make weight, championship weight in the case of Nasrat, ready for tomorrow night?
I don't even, it's not that I'm happy. It's how much I respect both of them. The amount of respect that I have for both of those fighters, the professionalism. You'll probably never see anything more professional than what happened this week with these two fighters. So I have nothing but the utmost respect for both guys, and I look forward to seeing them fight tomorrow.
Last questions. Dustin Poirier against Charles Oliveira. Can we expect that for December, as we were seeing?
We're working on it. Yep, that's the fight we want to make. So we're working on it, and we just got to get it done.
And last one from me, this is obviously International Fight Week, something that hasn't happened for a while. What's the whole atmosphere been like this week and the anticipation for the finale of the week, if you like, tomorrow night?
It's been awesome. One of my guys, Reed, hit me up today, and he was at the Fan Village and said that people were coming up to our employees and thanking us for the normalcy, that it feels so normal to be here again and interact with other fans and fighters. And so I love it, man. As we've gone through this year, Texas twice, Florida, Arizona, and now twice in Vegas, and we'll be in New York City soon. So we're getting back on track. We plowed through this whole thing anyway, but now we're I want to be the first one to go back